If you don't know the 4-step process, drop it 1. One person. All right, 2. All right. So I'm gonna go over the 4-step process with you real quick and explain to you what Delorean is as a whole, okay? Hyperdrive is just Delorean, but on a 5-minute time frame. So before you can understand what Hyperdrive is, you need to understand what Delorean is, okay? Delorean is a 4-step algorithm that lets you trade with the trend, okay? What this means is these are high-quality plays that minimize your risk and maximize your profits at the same exact time and make sure you are trading with the trend, right? All Delorean is really a 4-step process, okay? It's a 4-step process, and it's 4 questions. So if you're taking notes, please make sure you're taking notes in this as I go through this, all right? And we're gonna go from there. So when it comes to the 4-step process, the first question you'll ask yourself, right, is an acronym. It's called BCLS. BCLS. Okay, and I'm gonna go over what this stands for. Okay. Go over exactly what this stands for. So when you think about BCLS, this is bigger, cut, location, space. Bigger, cut, location, and space. All right, when you got that written down, drop a 3.
Say that one more time for me.
Bigger, cut, location, space. BCLS. Co-host. Wow. This, boom. Okay. BCLS. All right. First question is bigger. Is the second candle larger than the first candle? Okay. And I'm going to show you pictures so you have a visual as to what these questions mean. But for right now, just write this down. Okay. The first question is the second candle larger than the first candle? The second question is cut. Is the red line cutting through both candles? Is the red line cutting through both candles? Okay. The next question you're going to ask is either going to be a yes or no question. The next question you're going to ask yourself is location. Is the aqua line closely above or below, depending if you're looking for buys or sells, right? So is the aqua line closely above or below or cutting through both candles? And the last question, number 4, is space. Is there room for profit? Right? So when you get this 4-step process, this 4-question process, you need to have the yes to every question. If there's one question and the answer is no, you're not taking the trade. If there is one question and you answer no to, you are not taking the trade. Okay? So, example. When you see, this is what Delorean looks like. When you first log into Delorean, this is what you will see. On the right-hand side is the alert panel. This will let you know when a new Delorean play is called out. What this means is it's already found the answers to question 1 and 2 for you. So whenever you get an alert, you already know the first 2 questions is answered. You just need to answer the last 2. So we're gonna go through it. If I can find an example, right? There's probably no This one was a decent example when I called out, right? When you look at this picture or look at this, right, you see an arrow. You will get a red arrow for a sell. You will get a blue arrow for a buy. All right, and it's color coordinated here. If you see red bar next to the alert panel, that means they called out a sell. If you see a green bar next to the alert panel, that means they called out a buy. Okay, so just for example purposes, right? You go to GBP AUD, you see a blue arrow. If this makes sense, drop a 1. All right. So a few examples, right? When you get the arrow, so this is a sell example. When you get an arrow, like I just showed you the red arrow, you're looking at the 2 candles previous to the red arrow. So for example, if I go back to, which one was good? This one? Yeah. Right? When you see this called out and you see this arrow here, you're looking at the 2 candles previous the arrow, to the left of the arrow. Okay? So that means you are looking at these 2 candles right here. Now, these 2 candles right here. Okay? Like I said, Delorean already does the 2 steps for you. So let's just go over it so you see it in person. Question number 1 is bigger. Is the second candle larger than the first candle? Yes or no? Is the second candle larger than the first candle? Yes or no? All right, yes. All right. The next question is cut. Is the red line cutting through both candles? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. So DeLorean is already calling out the first 2 steps for you, right? The only thing you need to understand now is how to answer those last 2 questions. Is the aqua line and is the room for profit. So this example here. So this is why it's important to understand pips at the end of the day, whether you're doing HFX or FRX. The closer the aqua line is to the candles, the better the trade is. That is my tip. The closer the aqua line is to the 2 candles, the better the trade is, right? So question is the aqua line closely above for a sell? So listen to this. Is the aqua line closely above the 2 candles for a sell? Yes or no? Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So in this case, it is, but this is where you add my tip to it. You want this aqua line as close as possible to these 2 candles, right? I will show you an example of a perfect hyperdrive play that I caught this morning, and I'll show you why, okay? But for right now, basic terms, yes, this is something that answers that question. Now, is there room for profit? The way to answer this question is by scrolling out and seeing these other lines. So in total, there are 5 lines that you need to pay attention to when it comes to Hyperdrive and DeLorean. It's the red line, it's the yellow line, it's the red line, it's the aqua line, and then you need to pay attention to the gray line and the dark blue line. I should just say blue line, okay? These 2 lines right here will determine if you have room for profit or not. If those 2 lines are not in the way, what you use to determine profit is support and resistance, right? It's support and resistance. So in this example, the gray and the blue line are not in the way, but you see where support is. So in an HFX understanding, is there room for market to still drop down to hit support? Yes or no? It is. So in this sense, you have a yes to all 4 questions. So as soon as you get a yes, this is how you enter a hyperdrive trade, okay? To enter a hyperdrive play, you are waiting for the market to pull back to this yellow line, okay? I'm gonna give you an example, right? This was something I caught earlier today. Clear all these out. My computer is burning. Actually, that's fine. I'll redo it. Right? This is something that was called out this morning. It was like early, like 3 o'clock my time. This is a Delorean, right? This is a 5-minute time frame, which means this was called out on hyperdrive. Okay. Right, where are the arrows? Right here is where you would have seen an arrow. Okay, right along this candle. When you see this arrow, go through it. First 2 steps already done for you. Go to the third one. Is the aqua line closely above for a sell or cutting through both candles? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yep. Next question. Is there room for profit? You see that the gray line and the blue line are nowhere in the way for a sell. So the next thing you go to is support and resistance. For this trade, the next level of support, I put it right here. But if you really want it to be, this was my safe TP. Your next level of support is really off of this candle down here. So to answer question 4, was there room for profit? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So based upon from right here, based upon this next level support, is there room for profit? Yes. Okay. You understanding this, now it's time to get into HFX plays. When you see the market, right? I wonder if I could do that. I think I can. I do. Yes. Right. Boom. Actually, I want to go back. I want to go back. Do this again. Where was this play? It was right here. All right. Go back and replay it. Speed, we're gonna slow it. To 2 seconds so y'all can see it, right? That's still not slow enough for me. Still not slow enough for me. Right? But I'm gonna actually play it real time. This is not working for me. Sorry. I'm gonna explain it like this though. Okay. Red arrow came out after the close of this candle. This is where Delorean play happens. Okay. After this next candle, right? In the midst of this candle, price pulled up to the yellow line. When you see price pulled back to the yellow line and we have a sell, this is an entry point for HFX. Now, to determine how long to be in the trade, look to see how much time look to see what time it is, right? In this instance, right, say it was 3:20, 15, 20, say it was 3:22, right? Say it was 3:22 and you saw market pull back to the yellow line. Each candle is worth 5 minutes. So you are playing the timer to the end of that 5-minute candle. So it's 3:30. If it's 3:22 and the market pulls back to the yellow line, you are in that trade for 3 minutes. If it's 3:21 and it pulls back to the yellow line, you're in that trade for 4 minutes. If it's 3:24 and it pulls back to the yellow line, you are in that trade for 1 minute. If that makes sense, drop a 2 in the chat. So every time it pulls back to the yellow line, that is an entry. So for example, we catch this entry, we clear. Pull back to the yellow line, we cleared. Pull back to the yellow line, we cleared. Pull back to the yellow line again, we cleared. Making sense? So every time it pulls back to the yellow line, that is an entry. So we already cleared 5 trades in a row. 6 trades. Didn't really pull back. If it doesn't pull back and touch the yellow, you leave it alone. Just wait till the next candle. Next candle pulls back and touches the yellow, clear. The wick touching is the wick touching the yellow line is considered a pullback. In real time, you will see the candle touching the yellow line. In real time, you will see the full body candle touch the yellow line. The wick tells you price was up there sometime within this candle, right? So this is just me backtracking so you can see, all right, price definitely pulled back sometime within that 5-minute candle, and it gave us an entry. So every time you see this candle come up and touch the yellow line, entry. Yellow line, entry, right? Next candle. Yellow line, clear. Didn't give us one, it's okay. Next one, clear. We might have lost that one. So that is our first loss. That is our first loss, right? So in the midst of an hour, you cleared 3, 6. You went 9 and 1. In the span of an hour, you went 9 and 1. That's pretty good for a trading session, right? The thing with Hyperdrive is you can actually play this for FRX too. Okay. So the same rules apply. The only thing you don't know how to do yet is how to find stop loss and take profit. When you have a play like this and there's no lines blocking you, your stop loss is right above the high of the 2 candles, and then you add spread times 2. The way you determine the spread is if you go to your broker or MetaTrader 4 and you look to see the spread, what the spread is on the quotes tab. Say the spread is 40 points, that's 4 pips. Or we're gonna say the spread is 20 points. 20 points, or you see spread 20, that is 2 pips. So your stop loss is just the high of the 2 candles plus 2 times 2 is just 4, right? Stop loss is right up here. Your take profit is the next level of support. Boom. This is for all my FRX people, right? Hyperdrive is used for both HFX and FRX, so I'm explaining both at the same time. Spread only matters if you're trading on MetaTrader 4. What spread is the difference between the buying price and the selling price. The smaller the spread, the better the trade. Okay, this is how brokers make up the price difference between the buying price and the selling price. So 9 times out of 10, whenever you look at MetaTrader 4 and you see the market refreshed at 4 p.m. Central, and that spread is ridiculous, or you see a gap between the 2 prices, that is spread. Okay, that's how the broker protects themselves, in a sense. So if you're looking at this on the FRX side, you see this is definitely a good trade to get into, right? Ideally, I think this trade I think the spread was like 1 point something when I took this. So your stop loss was about 6 pips, if that really. So for my FRX people, if you don't know already, when you take a trade, your risk to reward is at least 2 to 1. Meaning that for every pip you risk, you're catching 2 pips. For every 20 pips you risk, you're catching 40 pips, so on and so forth, right? That's why I said for this trade, your take profit could have been all the way down here, right? With you understanding this for FRX on the HFX side, you can actually keep playing this until your take profit is hit, right? So yes, you've been playing this for an hour. If you still have time to trade this in the morning, you are still catching every time it hits the yellow line. Every time it hits the yellow line. Okay. Now, to add a little extra sauce to it, a second entry comes when it touches the red line. A second entry happens when it touches the red line. Okay. So your first entry happens when it touches the yellow. If it touches the red line within the same candle, that is your second entry for as long as how much time is left within that candle. So if you enter on the yellow line and it's 325, you're in for a 5-minute trade. Say that price pulls back to the red line by 327. You're now in for another put at with 3 minutes off of the red line. So in this instance, you clear it twice. You clear it once. You clear it twice. So on and so forth. That makes sense, drop a 4. That makes sense, drop a 4. Okay. So let's continue to see what happened for the rest of this trade. All right, next candle. You really could have did 2 entries. Cleared. 1 entry, cleared. 1 entry, cleared. Another one, 2 entries, cleared. You see, this is off of 1 currency pair, trading this for the rest of the morning. Okay. Whenever you have a candle, I don't even know if this pair actually did that today. Cleared again, cleared again, cleared again. Didn't touch the yellow. Cleared again. This is your first loss, right? This is your first loss. This is your second loss, actually, right? When you have a candle that closes above the yellow line for a sell or in the opposite direction that you're going in, you stop trading that currency pair. So when this happens, and say it closes above the yellow line, you stop trading it, okay? You are waiting until candle closes back below the yellow line, right? Did not close below the yellow line. Go ahead, John.
I was gonna say that. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Going back, the white candles as as it goes into the sale. Like, do you hold off on those 2 white candles within the green take profit box? So I'm gonna say the 3. So when those white candles appear, do you hold back until another blue candle shows up, or you just keep trading on even if those white candles do appear? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So every time the market pulls back, you will see a white candle.
Right.
Well, which is my buy candles. Okay. So whatever color your buy candles are, that's what the white candles are. Okay. Whenever you see it pulled back, you will see it showing as a buy. All you're worried about is playing off the yellow line, no matter what the case may be. So within these candles, you're still playing off the yellow line. Because the buy candle still closed below the yellow line, you still clear. So this one, go ahead.
So you can still play off those white candles within that range, within that section. Okay.
So this is the only one that didn't pull back and touch the yellow line. So you just wait till the next candle. Pull back, clear, pull back, clear, pull back, clear. This is the only one that didn't clear at the beginning. So as soon as you see this, right, it did not close above the yellow line though. So you're still playing. Next candle, get in, clear, 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 all the way down to this one, right? This one you still cleared because it pulled back to the yellow line and closed below the yellow line.
Right.
This isn't your next loss because you got in on the yellow line, but it closed above the yellow line.
Okay.
So when you get a candle like this that closes in the opposite direction of your trend or the trade that you're going in. So for example, if you're going for a sell and it closes above the yellow line, stop trading.
Okay.
If you're going for buys and it closes below the yellow line, stop trading.
Oh,
Okay.
so the whole body of that white candle is above the yellow line, so that means stop. That's
Yeah, when the body of the candle closes above the yellow line, stop trading.
Oh, then you stop. Okay, all right, I got you now.
Cool. So what are you waiting for now? Is you're waiting for the next sell candle to close back below the yellow line. You're waiting for the next sell candle to close back below the yellow line. Okay, it didn't do it in this candle, so you're still not trading. Oops. Oopsies. That's the wrong thing. We are. Where are we? Probably somewhere around here. Bow. Oops. Bow. 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 Got all those. Got all those. We are here, right? This candle didn't close below it. On to the next one. This candle still didn't close below it. So you're just still waiting. As soon as this candle closes back below the yellow line, the next candle, you are playing it when it touches the yellow line. Next candle comes out. You may or may not have cleared depending on when you got in, right? But it didn't close above the yellow line. It literally closed right under it. So you can still play the next candle. You played the next candle. All right, you lost. Boom. Now you're just waiting again. Okay. Close it back below the yellow line. Now it's time to play it again. Lost. This is a little bit of consolidation play. Right? Consolidation play. Boom, boom, boom. Close it below. You cleared. Cleared. After this one, I probably would have called it quits because now you're at a level of support. Right? So let's just look at the next few candles. Cause I don't think it dropped anymore after that. Oh, it did. So you could have waited and continued playing it later, but really, this is why you understand take profit, right? Once your TP is hit for FRX, you're done trading it. So in a sense, after this last one cleared and it hits take profit, you're not even worried about this no more. You made your money. You cleared 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 1, 12, maybe 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you went 20 and 1 in about 2 hours. Hour and a half. You went 20 and 1 in an hour and a half. Just playing off the yellow line. All right? Remember my tip that I gave y'all. If you ever see the aqua line cutting through or very close to the candles, that is really a high quality play. As long as you have room for profit, it is a very high quality play. All right? You had no drawdown on the FRX side, and you got beautiful entries for a whole hour. Okay? If this makes sense, drop a 777 in the chat. So, next thing I need to show you guys is some bad examples, right? This is just another example of a good example, right? BCLS, second candle larger than the first, red line cutting through, the aqua is closely above, and you have room for profit. Same thing. Second candle is larger than the first. Red line cutting through. Aqua is closely below for the buy. Profit. This one here is a bad example, right? You have the second candle larger than the first. You have the red line cutting through. Is the aqua line closely above for a sell? Yes or no? Anybody know? Nope. Right? So it's not close at all. Because of this, you're saving yourself from getting stopped out. Right? Another example. Second candle larger than the first, red line cutting through. Is the aqua closely below for a buy for this example? Yes or no? Nope. Just to go to step forward to show you what the next question is there room for profit? Yes or no? No. Whenever you see this gray or aqua line right above or right below the two candles when you're looking to trade in that direction, it's a no. So because we're looking for a buy and price is really already next to the gray line, it's not a trade to take. As you can see, as soon as it hit it, what happened? Consolidation, right? We don't want those. We're trading with the trend, okay? So those are some good examples. Those are some bad examples. And you lost the trade, right? You would have won the first one, and then you would have lost. This is not something I would trade in general, okay? Now, what I need to show you guys is this here. The power of hyperdrive. Depending on how much risk you put in one trade, right, you still play it the same way you would play Delorean, right? 1 to 2%. If you catch one hyperdrive trade and play that multiple times off of one trade, you're definitely making your goal of 5% to 8% in a session. Really, you might hit 15, 20% in a day, depending on how good of the trade it is, right? Because this is on a 5-minute time frame, you get trades every 5 minutes, okay? 9 times out of 10, you will see yourself in profit in 15 minutes or less for all my FRX people. That means you are catching the trend for HFX faster than you waiting on it somewhere else, right? Best time to trade hyperdrive is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This gives you the ability to trade between a 17-hour window. So if there's a trade caught out within that time window and it matches and aligns for the 4-step process, that's a trade that you could take. So from 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's your window. Now, the best currencies to trade is based upon the time window within that window, okay? 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you are only trading. The best currencies to trade are AUD, NZD, and JPY. Between 9 p.m. Eastern and 2 a.m. Eastern, which is 8 p.m. Central and 1 a.m. Central, AUD, NZD, and JPY. Between 2 a.m. Eastern and 6 a.m. Eastern, which is 1 a.m. Central and 5 a.m. Central, CHF, EUR, GBP, the European pairs. Okay, the European pairs. From 6 p.m. to 2 a.m., from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., New York session, or 5 a.m. Central to 1 p.m. Central, everything is able to be traded. This is when the money is moving because the US dollar is one of the strongest backed currencies. So there's no surprise that that's the best time to trade every currency pair. If you got this, screenshot it, right? Give you about 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. All right. Now, outside of that, that is all I have for Hyperdrive. There's something else I want to show y'all though. Right? For my scalpers, there's another way to take advantage of this on a 1 minute time frame. There's another way to take advantage of this on a 1 minute time frame. Right? If you want more plays, play this the same way off the yellow and red on the 1 minute. 30-second to 1 minute trades if you're on pocket options. Right? If you're on pocket options, you have the ability to play as little as 30 seconds. Right? Let's just go through it. Right here is when the arrow is called out on the next candle. Right? This was the 1 minute candle. This is the pullback that you're looking for. Now we're back into it. Same rules still apply. Pull back to both, clear it twice. Then pull back to yellow, then pull back to yellow. You might have caught that one. You definitely caught that one for a clear. You're lost. Now you're chilling, right? Doesn't close back under the yellow until here. Cleared twice. Cleared once. Didn't clear, but still under the yellow. Play the next candle, cleared. Cleared. Didn't pull back. You might have caught that one. Didn't pull back. You lost. Waiting on it again. Close back below. Next candle, cleared. Cleared twice. Cleared once. So on and so forth. Right? So, for my 1 minute traders who like fast pace, want to get in, get out, and more opportunities, same rules apply to 1 minute time frame. Every time it touches the yellow line, get in. If you really want to snipe it, wait till it touches the red line for another entry. All right. This is how you can use Hyperdrive for the HFX side. And as far as FRX, 5 minute time frame, you'll see exactly what you're able to do. I caught this morning. I didn't have to trade for the rest of the day on FRX. All right. I caught this here. I had a position that I left in. And I caught, I had a position that I left in. So I caught more of this. Right. If you scroll back, always look back, right? When we do top-down analysis, let's look back in time to see where the next level is. Right? You had your first level for TP here. The next level is no surprise that the market came back and filled in this expansion move. This was about 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks? Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago, right? This big push up, everybody's buying. Now we're in consolidation. The market took everybody's money out from the buys. I would not be surprised if we see a push up going into next week, setting up for that. Wouldn't be surprised. I expect another push down before we buy back up, somewhere in this range. Now, where would your levels, your next level be? Your next level would probably be about right here, honestly. If I scroll in just to look, right, you can play it off this last wick. Honestly, that's how I know they're going to come back down into this level, because they did not fill that candle up entirely yet. They did not. So they're dropping again for sure. But good level, about right here. About right there. If you wanted to be more safe, right, I'm going to show you why. This is a zone. You come back here. I'm going to delete all of these. I'm going to remark all of this next week. Now, boom. Y'all can see exactly why I did this. Oops. I need that one. Right? This is a zone. The market came right into that zone and pulled back and consolidated. Now we're in on the next day. It's not a coincidence. All right. So your TP could have been right there, 40 pips. TP2. TP3 down here, never hit TP3. Protect yourself. Pull back to TP1. You're chilling. You made money today, regardless. Right? This is a 1-to-6 ratio. 1 to 6.5 ratio. That is plenty of bread for a day. You risk 2%, you grew your account by 12% in one trade. You have $1,000 account, you risk $20, you made 120. That's it, right? Anybody got any other questions? Please let me know. But Hyperdrive is definitely a game changer because you are trading with the trend, right? Every time you trade with the trend, you get plays. If you want to be conservative, you can even play off the 15-minute if you wanted to, right? It gives you so many possibilities to go off of, depending on the type of trader that you are, right? You definitely can, right? If you on the 1 minute, you just clearing back to back to back, just be conservative on the plays. Literally, all you need to do on the 1 minute time frame. Okay, I'll show it again. Okay, all you need to do on the 1 minute time frame is you catch every time it touches the yellow line, and then guess what? The only time you lost, right, is when it hit another support. You hit a support, wait for it to pull back. It tested this last resistance, came back, cleared. Touch the support again, wait. Catch it again, wait. Like putting all this knowledge together, you're clearing for sure, right? Still catching all of this. Now you're waiting for it to pull back. Pull back. Not only you're sniping entries, you're trading with Delorean. Next level, pull back again. It tested it again on the 1 minute. It tested it again on the 1 minute. Clear. Snipe. Now we back in it again. Next level. Snipe. Clearing it again. Put all your knowledge of trading together. Life will be so much easier. Right. I'm going to show you the times again. Right down here. I'll give you about 10 seconds. About 10 seconds. All right, you good, Passion? Let me know.
Yes, I got it.
So this is Hyperdrive. Definitely, if you have access to Delorean already, it is part of the Delorean add-on. It's not an extra price. Okay. The way to access it is once you log into Delorean, right? Once you log into Delorean, go to strategies at the top, go to Hyperdrive. If you want to access a training video, it's already set up. It's the same thing as regular Delorean. There's nothing you have to do but go through the confirmations. Okay. If you want to access Go Live, I'm curious to see if he still has that video on there. Go to the Delorean add-on and go to Tyrone Foster. Okay. Tyrone Foster should have it in his favorites. Voting Lives Matter. It's definitely worth the 2 hours. You can skip through some of it, but this is where he goes over how to use Hyperdrive for HFX. He calls it Vodies because he's not part of the HFX platform. He can't really say HFX. So Delorean Nation decided to come up with the term Vody. Boom. Okay. So outside of that, I appreciate everybody who took the time to hop on this session. I did record it, so I will drop it once it uploads. Other than that, you have questions on the side, please let me know. There's no good plays. I was gonna say if there was a play, I'll show you exactly how it works. But there's nothing. Your JPY was decent, but still not tradable now. So you would have got about 2 clears before you lost.
I got it to 1.
Okay, see. So definitely works. Like I said, it's the end of the week. So I might cancel my trading session at 10 just because a lot of people were up for the week. And all the viewers on my session, those last 2 L's definitely kind of hurt my nerve a little bit. But not trading with emotion, but I definitely want to make sure I secure everybody's profits, right? So if you made money this week, let the people know on World Circle 2022 that you made money. And I'm probably going to call it the end of the week. I'm making a flyer today. I will start a traders boot camp, probably like 1 session a week, maybe 2. I definitely don't want to overcrowd my schedule. That's definitely with everything that I got going on. But I want to make sure y'all start learning the information. SRT, starting from the basics, uptrend, downtrend, higher highs, higher lows. I'm going over everything. So I'm going to do a boot camp. I'm going to do it once a week. And I'm going to show y'all how to okay. But I will definitely what I was gonna say. Definitely do a yeah, boot camp, candlestick Bible, everything. So we're really I'm writing it out today. How I want to teach it, how I'm gonna go through it, different sessions, right? If you miss it, you miss it. But I will put out a survey in Royal Circle 2022 asking what's the best day for everybody. The best day and the best time of day. Morning, afternoon, evenings, right? I still might just record it for anybody that misses it. Okay, this is something that's outside of IM Academy. I'm really just going over the basics of trading. So it's not even no strategies involved, nothing like that. I'm going over the basics, the essentials. So this is something that I really might post on my YouTube, to be honest. So just dropping by, trying to perfect my craft. Yep. So be on the lookout for that. I'll definitely drop a survey in World Circle 2022 for my leaders that's on the call. If you have any mentees, or even pass it to your mentor to pass around. Make sure they answer that survey, because I want everybody who has the desire to become a trader, a true trader, to learn this information. And I don't want to have to repeat myself. So I'm going to be giving a week for everybody to make sure you get their schedules aligned, whatever the case may be, right? So I'm going to drop that survey today. I will give y'all till probably Saturday to answer it, or we can start next week. Okay. Outside of that, I appreciate everybody for rocking with me again this week. I will see y'all next week. It's time to make some more money again.